Let me get this started. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the Trace Amigos show, where I'm joined every week by my good friends, the Bearded Chief and the Tactical Santa. It is so good having everyone here tonight. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you're wearing in beard or on your skin. It's so good having you guys here. Appreciate you guys' support so much. It means more to us than you'll ever know. Dino and Steve, how are y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Having an awesome week. Doing my thing, doing tactical Santa type stuff. Teaching firearms this week, doing some classes, and making action figures for you guys. So that was my fun for the week, making action figures and sitting around and playing with AI. So besides that, excited for what we got coming tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I actually got to give back to my old trade school Tuesday. I spent the day out there with the senior class, and I got to judge the electrical portion of their grade, which was a huge part of their grade. And so I spent the whole day out there listening to these young men and women. And one of the girls had on their laptop "Go Navy" sticker, and I said, "You're automatically getting an A+. I don't care how bad you do." But no, it was nice to hang out with the future electricians and welders and things like that. It was real nice.
Man, that's something I think that needs to be pushed more and more is trade schools. It just reminds me of my childhood and VOTEC and trade schools, and it's just how important they were and just kind of how we've lost touch with that. And I hope that's kind of making a comeback because
me too.
Man, we need those trades in this country again. But guys, we got quite the crowd here tonight.
Yeah.
I think Baker was one of the first ones. I did see earlier, and his chat disappeared, but I did see Steve, that metal guy on here. I know he made a comment. It was like one of the first ones, but I think those first ones kind of fall off there after a while. But Jim jumped in here today. What's going on, Jim? How you doing, sir? John Fox. Always good to see John Fox. Appreciate your support. Phil, how you doing, brother? Okay, we got old Will Jack Stud in the building. Old Texas man, my Texas brother. Dan, how you doing, brother? Bearded Death. Appreciate you, man. Hey, we got Bain Blends. Wonder why he's in the chat.
I've heard of them.
Bob and Terry, how are you? Chief, we can start the show now.
Absolutely.
Yes, we can.
All right. Jordan, good to see you, brother. Oh, Katie. Or Katie. David, Born. You guys, if you haven't checked out Born Bearded, he's pretty freshly new on YouTube, does some outstanding content. Please go check him out. We highly endorse him here at the Trace Amigos Talk Show. Wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Absolutely.
You need to check out what he's doing. What's going on, my brother Santa? It's Santa Allen. If you guys missed him, he was on the show. He was on the Saturday show we had this last week. It was a lot of fun. Alan Ware. Hey, babysitter Jess.
Jessica.
There she is, Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Actually wore some flaming beard this morning. Hey, Frankie. What's up, brother? It's good to have you here, man. Kev.
Yep. Jacked up.
Jacob. How you doing, brother? All right, Baker. Ray Smokey.
Smokey.
Ooh, you guys are deep today. Antonio.
What's happening, man?
All right. What's up, Finest?
Finest.
What's up, brother? Frankie's in Indiana wearing Copper Johns, Maroon Bells. Hey, that's a great choice, man.
Yep.
Chris, how you doing?
Good. What's going on, Chris?
All right, Brad, how you doing, man?
What's going on?
Boys. Pud Rhodes, David, how you doing, man? Because I love that profile. I saw that on Facebook and I was looking, going, "What is?" I said, "Wait, I know that name." Hey, brother Amber, how are you? I tell you, I'm missing some Amber and Kev if we stopped doing that show on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sure miss talking to Amber and Kev. I guess I could call them.
Right.
Hey, Tara.
Sarah.
One thing I learned really quick is don't get into a mouthing competition with Tara. That's one thing I stay away from.
Right.
All right, guys.
I heard the chicken fat song the other day.
The chicken fat song.
Oh my goodness.
I must have missed that one.
You don't need to go back and listen to it.
Renee.
Hey, Renee.
Hey.
How you doing? It's good to have you here. All right, guys. I think everybody's saying hello to everybody, guys. I'm so sorry if I miss over you, but I think I'm getting everybody.
Hey, Santa Tom, just you mentioned Born Bearded. Just to let you know, he is on our show Monday night. Monday Night Mayhem. Born Bearded. This will be on.
That's going to be a good one.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it is.
Absolutely. I had an opportunity to chat with him a little bit today, him and Kay, and it's just what great people to have in the community and to just have them so involved.
Mm-hmm.
But no. All right. Well, guys, tell us about the Monday Night Mayhem real quick, because I know you guys got a large following out there and big fans. So please tell us about the Monday Night Mayhem.
Large following. we got some good folks come in, and last week was Brewer, and Brewer kept us on the rails pretty good. So it was a good show, and appreciate him coming on and spending time with us. And we talked a lot about everything.
Everything.
You know? Yeah, it was really good.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun on that show. That show is pretty fun. We have a lot of fun. We're starting to get more guests on there. And like I said, Born Bearded will be on this Monday. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel. And we're also joined by our third brother, One Bearded Bishop. So
Mr. Bishop.
Absolutely. I love watching the replays, guys. You know, I get to bed pretty early, because I got a late show, 5 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays.
Right.
This week I'm doing Santa suits, guys. I'm looking forward to it. And the following week I will be having Santa Lincoln Crum, who we had on this show, come on and talk about non-traditional suits. Plus, he's starting to dabble a little bit more into the Hollywood scene. So we'll be going into that and movie making and stuff like that. So he's got some great things on the horizon, as well as traveling all over the world and portraying Santa Claus. Absolutely love the man. Can't wait to have him on the show.
Right.
Guys, if you don't have anything else, I say we bring our guest on
and
let you guys have at them. Without further ado, please welcome Mr. and Mrs. Bain to the show. Hey, guys.
What's happening?
Hello, how are you guys? Nice to see you. Okay, sorry.
You can slap him around if you want. Nobody will want.
I welcome it most of the time.
Jacob and Jennifer, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Full of joy. Hoo-yah, hey, easy day.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
I figured she's been doing so much work for me lately. Besides, she's the one that's got the nose. She's the one that puts all the scents together. So I figured she's just as much a part of this as I am. So figured she should be here.
Great, man. So you got kids?
We do.
Yeah.
4. 16-year-old that's going to be 17 in May, a daughter that just turned 14, a 9-year-old that's about to turn 10 on the same day as the 16-year-old.
Oh boy.
And an 8-year-old that was born in December. So,
right.
Yeah.
So do you get 2 birthday cakes?
What was that?
Do you get 2 birthday cakes?
Who?
Do they get 2 birthday cakes?
The boys. No.
Yeah.
No, not usually.
That's probably not fair to them, actually.
We used to try to do like one birthday party and just split it between the 2 of them. And the older Jeremiah got was not super fond of that. So.
Yeah.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
Well, Jacob, we like to start the show off with some this or that questions to kind of just, let you loosen up and relax a little bit. And Dino, do you want to go first tonight?
Sure.
Let's go.
So, would you rather have spaghetti for hair that grows back every time you cut it, or sneeze glitter every time you say the word the?
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
No. That glitter is very unpleasant. I don't know. I guess I'd have to go with spaghetti.
So I'm going to say spaghetti too. And the reason why is that my 9-year-old is skinny as a rail. And if he had the opportunity to eat spaghetti, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, he would do it.
Yeah.
So we were going to go ahead and say spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spaghetti with glitter?
No. So she makes these custom tumblers, and she's got so much glitter in this house that you would not believe. And I've gotten that glitter in my eyes before. And I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. It is not fun.
It can be unpleasant.
Yeah. In fact, before the next question, can I show off something that she is making for Chief? Are we okay to do that now? All right. Here, go ahead. Show it off.
Oh, well, you got
it. Ooh.
Oh man.
So, hold on. Get in there close.
It's wood grain. It's called a peekaboo style. And to honor our wonderful chief and his Navy roots, it looks like it's like an older ship that's on the waves.
There we go.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
That's beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah. And guys, I have scrolling down at the bottom where you could get your own custom sawdust sparkle creation cup. So please go check it out.
And the cool thing is that she can do almost anything that you can think of. She has the capability of doing it, and she does incredible work. So
2 very artistic people right there.
Yes.
Love it.
Just her. Although I will say that I have done the label design for the most part, but that has almost strictly been because of AI. She is the one that's responsible for the BB font, the original style for the older labels. That's all been her.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Are you ready for the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you're at work, like say you're in an office or something. Would you rather sing every word for the entire day, or would you rather mumble through the entire day?
Mumble.
Probably mumble.
You don't want to sing.
No.
No, my normal job would not appreciate that.
You're just going to be a mumbler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Quiet is good at my job.
Okay.
Yep. Humble.
Would you rather be followed everywhere by a duck wearing sunglasses, or have to loudly announce your entrance into every room like a WWE wrestler?
Absolutely the duck.
The duck?
The duck.
You listen.
The duck with sunglasses? Absolutely.
Having children.
Yeah, personal mascot.
Having children.
Absolutely.
Is like being pecked to death constantly by a duck. Okay. So
I'm used to being followed around by something. Might as well be a duck. I
have not been known to be quiet in my lifetime. I I think it would be hilarious to walk into a room and announce myself like a WWE wrestler.
Okay.
That would be hilarious. Sorry.
I feel like that's equivalent to the singing everything. Like it's
Yeah, but
calling
singing
attention.
all day versus walking into a room and introducing, like, hey, I'm on deck all day. Just one salute, you're done, right? Like in the military.
Same time, you're gonna have to keep these guys
that
on the
needs to be
rails.
on a beard oil. That needs to be a beard oil label. I'm going to work on that. A duck with sunglasses.
Love it.
Oh my gosh,
I love it.
that's hilarious.
Man, that was pretty far out there, Dino. All right. Eat anything you want or never age.
I mean, I'm fluffy. I'd probably go with the food. I don't mind aging so much. What about you?
I would have to say the food. We're meant to age.
Yeah.
We're meant to shed off this mortal coil at some point. So.
I'm 110. I think I look pretty good for 110. Yeah.
There you go.
Right?
Must be the Navy. It's all that salt preserves your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have a talking belly button that gives you bad life advice or a sneeze that sounds like a foghorn?
I'm going to say the belly button. That sounds hilarious. Like, what is my belly button trying to get me in trouble with today?
Can I still cover the belly button?
Yeah, yes, you can still cover the belly button. It doesn't have to be exposed.
That's the case, then sure. That's
wow.
Can you imagine Chief at the gym with a talking belly button?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Lift more, Chief. Lift more. 20 more pounds.
You need about 7 more inches on that beard. It'll cover it up.
Yeah. And it'll be a mumble or two.
Oh my gosh. This is so
Okay.
funny.
All right. You're on a train and you have to take a train across country. You cannot talk to anybody the entire time or be able to hear people's deepest, darkest secrets for a year.
Oh, deepest, darkest secrets for sure.
Ooh, mysterious.
Think about how many serial killers you could find.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to hear people's deep, darkest secrets.
Right? Yes or no?
That's very slow.
But talking to
Sorry.
no one.
Yeah.
No, I'm an extrovert. That would be very difficult for me.
Right?
I'd be pretty introverted at a time, so I think I could accomplish that.
I've seen you at home. That is not true.
I can be. It depends.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Dino, you're up.
would you rather sweat maple syrup or have popcorn randomly pop out of your eyes? I mean, out of your ears when you're nervous.
Maple syrup.
Oh, that
With
would
the-
be so sticky though.
With the tariffs going on right now, maple syrup. I could make a fortune.
You don't want popcorn.
Make a
out of your
fortune.
ears?
Nah.
Oh no.
Nah. I'm gonna turn 45 this year. I got enough hair coming out of my ears right now. I don't need any more.
Youngin.
Well, you know, if you just come to the Buckeye Beard Battle, Stacy can take care of that. She can wax your ears. We'll raise a donation for that.
Yeah, I think I may have to try to make it up there, but it might be tight. We're supposed to go on a cruise the first week of July, so
Gotcha.
Well, speaking of waxing, my question has something to do with that. All right. Would you rather go to the zoo and have fun with your family for the day or con your buddies into getting their back waxed?
I don't like seeing people in pain, so I would say the zoo.
No, wrong answer.
I may have been a Marine, but I'm not a
Sadistic.
yeah, I'm not a masochist.
Yeah, me neither. Oh, goodness.
That's funny. That's funny.
Would you rather be haunted by a ghost that won't stop doing dad jokes or have your GPS replaced by a dramatic Shakespearean actor?
Oh, Shakespearean actor. That'd be hilarious.
That
You
sings
need to
you.
turn rap over here, please.
Right?
Yeah.
The dad jokes is pretty cool too.
I have a book of dad jokes over here.
Yeah.
I have a husband who
four children. The dad jokes get worse with every child.
They never
and
stop.
now my oldest child loves to tell dad jokes.
Yes.
So
yes.
I love it.
And they're bad. They're very bad.
Excellent. Good dad jokes then.
Oh yeah.
Okay, my last one, Dino. Vegas or a monster truck rally?
I think kids would like a monster truck rally a lot.
Yeah.
We're not really that. We don't like Vegas.
Yeah.
Or that kind of stuff. Not really for us.
Good with me. I think I'd go with the monster truck too.
Yeah.
My wife, on the other hand, she loves them slot machines, man. Loves them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, she's Scottish too, right? So you can't give her any lip. You've got to do exactly what she says.
Give me more money. Yes, dear.
GPS with Samuel L. Jackson sounds incredible. You better turn left now. Sorry. There's snakes in the trunk. Sorry.
I got one last one. Would you rather have toast pop out of your mouth every time you yawn, or have your arms wave like inflatable car dealership tube guys when you're excited?
Oh, the tube.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yes. Hands down.
This is a beard show, right?
Yes.
Sometimes.
There's going to be questions eventually about beards. It's fine. We're having a good time.
Oh my goodness. So hey, you're done, right, Dino?
Yep.
Okay, I'm done too. I recently reviewed your guys' product and I was thoroughly impressed. And can you talk about remember I called it like a tea, like a steeping tea. Can you talk about that process real quick and tell everybody what that's about?
Yeah, so really, like when we're looking at like a natural product, and if you're taking a really good dried herb, you're not destroying whatever goodness is in that herb. It's still going to have whatever it has naturally developed as it's growing. And the reason why we dry things is because you concentrate those flavors, you concentrate whatever goodness still remains in that herb. And if you get a really good dried herb, you can do a whole bunch with it. You can rehydrate it, you can steep it, you can make teas with it, like, a traditional tea, like you're boiling water and we make tea. It's one of the really cool things about herbs is that you can do so much with it. A lot of people flavor their food. Well, the same thing goes with oil. So if you look at a lot of the custom oils that are sold in the marketplace for your food, you can have it scented or flavored with practically anything. So when I started researching this issue with their hands, and I started seeing like I could buy these herbs and I could get it in something that would allow it to seep into the skin, I'm obviously not going to be able to do that by placing the herb directly on their hands. It's not bioavailable that way. So an herb can do two different things. It can have an internal effect or an external effect. So how to get that in an oil? So when I started looking at tinctures, that requires alcohol. Well, alcohol is not good for your skin. It dries it out. You're getting the goodness of whatever you're putting in the tincture, but it's not good for someone that's dealing with eczema. In her case, 2 different types of eczema. So the solution is getting those herbs in an oil. And how to do that? Well, you can do it over a months-long process. How do you get the oil to stay good at the same time? And how do you potentially accelerate the process? So over the first couple of months, I was slowly letting them extract, stirring it, letting it extract, stirring it, putting herbs in there that are naturally going to preserve the mix so the oil doesn't go bad. Rosemary and other things do that. And then as it extracted, it picks up the scent. on the oil, and it absorbs differently. And I started mixing other stuff in the jar, and over the course of a couple months, we had an oil that was good for our hands. But if you don't have a way to keep it on the hands, then it just runs off. So then I started mixing in the butter, a little bit of the wax, a little bit of beeswax. And beeswax has benefits for the skin too, right? So all these things combined, I just came up with a really good salve that exists today. And of course, the salve has other ingredients than what's in the oil. It's got five additional ingredients, 4 herbs and 1 additional oil. But the oil itself has 16 herbs, and that is my traditional blend. And it's very, it's even avocado by itself with those herbs, and it's very good. But then you've got to worry about, how it feels and how it absorbs. And too much avocado feels very greasy. So then it was moving into the next part, which is, figuring out what oils would work and what they wouldn't. But yeah, it's a very simple process. And there's ways to accelerate it, but then you've got to be concerned about whether you're going to burn the herbs at the same time. So then it has to be like, you have to take your herb that's the most fragile, and you have to make sure you don't exceed that heat, and then you have to do it consistently. So I can accelerate what could be a months-long process and do it in a couple of days, but the heat's got to stay very consistent, and you can't overdo it. Otherwise everything burns, and then it becomes, it's not healthy that way.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's not new science. It's been done before, but I had always seen it applied to food, but I figured we could try it this way. And I know other people have done it, but for me, this was something that when I started researching it, it worked well,
Jacob, I expected to see something in the oil, little specks or little pieces of something. This is beautiful.
Yeah, that's been a pain in the butt to figure out how to do that the right way. Because I grind some of these herbs down to dust, and when I do it the fast way, because you can get away with it then, and I would strain it through a 200 micron filter, then 100, then 50, then 25, and at every stage, it becomes more and more like a fine silt, and I'd have to scrape it off the top and let it drain and scrape it. I got to figure out something to do with those herbs. I think when I start making soap with my buddy, all those herbs are going to go in that soap.
Ooh.
Great idea.
Yeah. So, and that's going to be later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Sort of a unified product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're not wasting,
Right.
Yeah. So you want to talk about your carriers?
Yeah. Well, avocado was easy because it's inexpensive, relatively inexpensive. Your body absorbs it really well, and I figured with the ability for avocado to absorb, that was a great place to start. It's very resilient oil. But over the course of the creation of the product, I had initially thought I was going to go with some animal-based oil or animal-based butter, and I'll reduce it and add it. But there was too many good vegetarian, vegan, whatever options on the market that were fairly inexpensive, but would add layers of new fats and new bioavailability for people's skin, because you want to be able to touch as many people as possible, because everybody's different. Everybody has different pHs. Everybody has different skin. Everybody has different needs. Guys with white beards will have a much different experience than guys with dark beards. Whatever. But when it boiled down to it, I really liked coconut oil, raw, organic, cold pressed coconut oil was a really good feel. It absorbs in your skin well. So that came in. Castor oil, which, almost everybody in this industry, I haven't seen very many people not use castor oil, and it's so beneficial. Um, Sweet almond is kind of like on the back end. There's very little sweet almond in it. There's very little grape seed in it because their shelf life isn't that fantastic. I wouldn't go more than a year and a half, but they're both really good fats. It's just, it's keep it on the back end of the oil. So you're still getting the benefit without overdoing it. Obviously with no jojoba, I don't have everything in front of me about what everything does, but rosehip is such a beautiful oil. Unfortunately, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's a beautiful oil. And when I started reading its benefit, it had to be included. Everybody knows Argane. Now, squalane was another weird one. Squalane can actually dry your skin, right? But it depends on where it's derived. I get my squalane from olive oil. So it's just basically overly pure. It's a different type of fat that's in the olive oil, but it's like an overly pure olive oil. It's as simple as I can describe it. And it just keeps that slipperiness from it prevents it from being too slippery, right? Because then it just feels greasy.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right. Hemp seed. I mean, we all know the benefit of hemp seed. Fantastic for your skin. I mean, if there was any oil that I would put on my skin or anything else, hemp seed would be on the top if I had almost nothing else to use as a conditioner. Apricot kernel oil has absolutely wonderful antimicrobial properties for your skin. I like that one a lot. And aloe vera and black cumin seed. I mean, black cumin and aloe vera are almost medicinal. In fact, black cumin is one of those things, if you've got psoriasis, you take black cumin internally. It actually helps treat psoriasis. Wow. So, yeah. And I figured, if I'm going to be adding this to my oil that they get, I might as well include it there too. And and to be fair, some of this is cost saving, right? I don't want to make 19 different blends. I want to make 2.
Okay.
So my base oil has almost everything that the salve has in it. The salve only has a few extra ingredients that are very powerful, but also much more expensive. So those are excluded, and then I mix everything together before I make my product. And then finally, vitamin E. We benefit of vitamin E. You just, everybody knows vitamin E. So
when you put the salve on, like say you have a flare up of eczema or psoriasis, do you put a lot on or a little or?
No, I mean, if you were to put some on your hands, I mean, let's say she's got a flare up over her hands, like that would be it.
What's that?
At a 2-ounce jar. I mean, she barely touched it.
Okay.
I actually needed some, so that works.
Yeah. Yeah, and Baker just commented the salve is so good. I mean, he's been telling me that it's been working tremendously for him and his wife. So, this is like, this and the deodorant are my 2, passion products. Kind of like Bearded Death. My buddy Dan is always telling me that or telling people he's a clothing company that does oil on the side. I kind of feel like I'm a deodorant and salve maker that does beard oils on the side, But, meeting you guys in this wonderful community, I've definitely become more passionate about it in the last couple of months, for sure. Because you guys have just been fantastic. I love all of you guys. You're wonderful people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So real quick before I let Dino take over here, price point, I think your salves are what, $20 for 2 ounce or 4 ounce?
Yeah, $20 for 2 ounces.
2 ounce. And your oils right now until the first of the month are going, they're a sale price of $10.
Yeah.
Until the end of the month.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, they're gonna be 10. This is Dan's fault. I blame him because sorry, Dan. I just figured it would be a way to get the stuff in people's hands, and they would feel a little bit better, especially the guys that have hundreds of bottles of oil. Like, yeah, Chief. It's why would I want you to spend a ton of money on something, right? That you've got all these other products that you're going to buy. Like, I want to get the stuff in your hands. And if I feel a lot better about something, oh yeah. Yeah. Antonio, oh man, dude, you got to get some of the salve, brother. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not something that you want to deal with. The salve or my herbal butter is really good for this too. Like, the butter's got almost as much goodness as the salve does. But you definitely need to start overhydrating your hands and get some of these herbs. They're all, I can't say medicinal because the FDA hates that, but they're almost medicinal. You know, these are some of God's most amazing herbs, and they're so good for this. So for me, this is what I would put it on your hands and use it consistently and see if it starts to heal your hands. Mm-hmm. Seriously.
Right.
There's other statements I can make that I won't, but I've had some family members with some severe burns use it too. And so it's helped. It definitely has helped. I agree, Jacob. By the way, you have a great name, dude. So, but
hey,
yeah.
Hey, Steve.
So
we
we
talk about your experience, or?
Well, I was just gonna. I mean, the only thing I could say right now is the salve has been really good for my dishydrotic eczema, and that was really dry. It would be very bumpy on my fingers. And then it dries out and it gets really scaly and just
blisters too, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Bumpy, the like little tiny blisters.
Yeah,
and that's just the dishydrotic eczema. And then with the salve, that has helped tremendously. And because of the cups and stuff that I deal with, I have my hands in gloves on a regular basis. Yeah. So that will also cause flare-ups. So as long as I'm using the salve on a regular basis, I've been able to keep most of my flare-ups at a bare minimum. Every once in a while, I'll get a couple dry spots, and then I just slap some herbal salve on it and move on.
Right.
So it's been great.
Nice. So since we talked about those products, let's talk about you being the deodorant company that makes oils. Let's tell me how you got into deodorant, what made you go there, and what's so special about your deodorant. Let's talk about that.
I'm gonna tell your story real quick.
So way back in the day when I was 18 or 19, I had a lump that I discovered, and I had to have a lump removed from my breast, and there's breast cancer that runs in my family. So there was a huge concern, and we started looking into a lot of the chemicals that we come into contact with on a regular basis, and discovered that a lot of it had to do with deodorants and the fact that you're applying aluminum straight onto your, almost directly onto your lymphatic system. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the first things that we started cutting out. And a lot of the companies that we started using that were natural would be bought out by bigger companies, and things would change, ingredients would change. So it just got to the point where, when we started doing this business, introduced the deodorant and fine-tuned that to the point where we're super happy with it, and it works. Because that was the big thing, is finding not just something that was going to be all natural, but something that actually worked and didn't leave you stinky.
Yeah, because I believe it's Santa Tom. You're familiar with, or who was the three of you? Who was the one that was saying you detox a lot and get smelly? Forgot who that was. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. with antiperspirant, you're especially has parabens in it, and parabens are just small little. It's almost microplastic, and it's getting into your lymphatic system, and it stays there. It just doesn't go anywhere.
Gotcha.
And the more you use it, the more you clog up your lymphatic system, especially with women with breast tissue. If your body is not detoxing from that area, you are creating a lifetime of illness, and especially in her family that is at risk.
Right.
You know, in a very tragic way. It is definitely something that's been on the forefront of our minds for a long time. We just celebrated our 18th wedding anniversary, and we met on her 18th birthday. She turns 40 this year. So, you know, it's always been something that's been really important to us because, you know, we don't want to contribute towards a tragedy that we all have to suffer through. So, but the problem is that even the ones that tout themselves to be all natural deodorant, they're really not great for you still. And the ones that are really good are $14, $15, $16. My sister-in-law, the only one that works for her is in the $20 range.
Oof.
My deodorant doesn't even work for her.
Wow.
So, you know, there is a wide gap.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for my deodorant, it sells for $10 at the store here locally, the 3 stores that my products are in, and it's a great seller. I mean, I've had a handful of people, they've all been women, that have said it doesn't work for me, and it's because they have something else going on. Something need to take extra probiotics or something to help them detox. But there's also these other situations that I just can't touch. It's not something that I can do. I have the ability to do.
Right.
Yeah. So creating this product wasn't that difficult. It was hybridizing a bunch of other products that I found online, you know, different ideas. And I went through about 6 or 7 iterations where it was like really sticky or it wasn't sticky enough or it, you know, but I took the best of all the ingredients that I was reading about and I just came up with it. And after, like I said, 5 or 6, 7 tries, went on really well. It wasn't really sticky. You know, it might get on your shirt a little bit, but what's a little baking soda on a shirt to get rid of it?
Right.
You're not causing your body to be more toxic at the same time. It's a nice trade-off.
Right.
But I've even found I don't have to wear it every day if I don't need it. And that was never the case. I always had to sometimes apply twice a day.
Right.
So.
Question real quick. I've been talking to Santa Tom. I've been talking to Amber. I've got 1 stick of store-bought stuff left. And once that's gone, I've got a couple sticks of natural. Do you recommend a day or 2 with no DO at all, or just go straight into the natural?
I mean, if your wife can deal with you, it really depends on you. Starting with an all-natural deodorant is still a good thing. If you wanted to sweat it out for a couple of days, drink a lot of extra water, try not to be around any civilization.
Right.
Smell
like a Sasquatch.
From Peanuts following around. You know, they've got a cloud with flies. You know, I don't think you. No, I think you'd be fine wearing an all natural deodorant while your body detoxes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Good to know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Jennifer, do you want to talk about those cups and your business and where are they and how can we get them and how much are they and how much do they hold?
Right. We do have a question. Somebody did ask, Jennifer, how much are the tumblers? And while you're telling us, I am going to put where they can find your lovely merchandise.
So the products themselves, they are all stainless steel double wall insulated tumblers. I do the artwork on them and then seal everything with epoxy. So it varies in price, but I have some like smaller mugs that start at, say, it's about $35. And then give me your 40 ounce. And then I can go up to 40 ounce, which is that. And then I even have some with like speakers on the bottom, Bluetooth speakers. And those can go up to 70 depending on the style. But my Facebook, I operate off of my Facebook page right now. I am trying to get a website up and running.
She's paying for Shopify for the last 3 years. Don't tell anybody.
It's something I'm working on. It's really, it's hard to sit in front of a computer for a long period of time when I could be making stuff. So each cup takes about 20 hours worth of work in order for the product to reach its finality. But I do complete custom work. I mean, that's a Maker's Mark 1, but do complete glittery, crazy stuff.
Do you have Jacob's handy?
What was that?
Do you have Jacob's Marine one handy?
Oh, where's your Marine one?
It's in the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Yeah. Josiah.
Can you get the Marine Corps cup?
It's on one of the counters.
You know where's that?
And yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing it for about 5 years, and I will go around to a couple of the gun shows, and that's where I kind of sell the cups at. And
I get discounts on ammo.
Yeah. Sometimes. But it's fun, and I get to create stuff from scratch, and I do custom orders, and I get the orders through Facebook or through the TikTok page. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of that fun stuff.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to reach out to me, like Jacob she could do a leather tumbler.
Yep.
She could do all sorts of stuff. But anybody wants to reach out to me, I'll make sure I direct you to her, over to her. She's really incredible at what she does. And I haven't seen a style that has come up that she hasn't been able to tackle. Like, it's really incredible. I mean, seriously.
Well,
it's amazing.
So
while we're waiting on that cup, I have a not so much a question, but a comment. I was chatting with you and complimenting a lot of your scent profiles, and you kind of revealed the mastermind behind a lot of these scents. Why don't you go ahead and talk about the mastermind behind a lot of your scent profiles?
Yeah, for sure. Well, and that I do want to stress that the herbal blend is strong by itself. Like there is a really strong herbal backdrop. So anything that she has come up with, like, will smell different when it mixes with the herbal blend. But the one thing that really threw me off at first was, how are you able to make everything smell so good, but also make it work with an oil that is not a plain, unsmelling oil, right? But what I've noticed with my blend is how much my beard, when I remember to put oil in every day, my beard accelerates on growth. And like, I truly am amazed that some of the things that are out there for us to discover in the bearded community work like they do. Like, it really is quite amazing how much that these different ingredients work to help support our beards. And I've almost found anything with castor oil does this. Like, my beard grows so much better when I have castor oil. And castor oil is about 1/8 of my blend. So for me, when she gets to her creation process to get the scents in, she's got to deal with this herbal backdrop.
Right.
And she does it every time. It's just remarkable. Look at that.
That is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's no graphics.
Well, these are graphics.
Okay.
They're like a water slide.
Gotcha.
That she puts on. But then she's doing different layers here. She's she paints on the wood grain, and then she does this style where she strips off these strips, and it's called peekaboo. She calls it peekaboo. So yeah, it's really quite remarkable. And this is her TikTok's loaded with stuff like this. It's bonkers. Hey, come here. Hold on one second. You guys need something?
No.
You don't need anything?
Oh yeah, we do. Oh, we need some beard oil.
Okay, you let Mom put it on your faces real quick. So, yeah, I mean, I'll let her talk about that in just a minute. My kids have a little bit of like some rash stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, all right, you guys good?
Yep.
All right, love you guys. So anyway, yeah. So I need some more for my hands. My hands are dry. You think my hands would never be dry due to this stuff?
You'd think, right?
Right.
I'm a bad beard oil user. I don't use enough for me. So,
well, so black seed oil kind of has that distinct scent as well, and I pick it up, but I love and but it's not as strong. Black seed oil smell, but there was a couple other companies in the past that have done black seed oil, but I love the benefits of black seed.
Yeah,
it feels wonderful.
It's got this earthiness to it that is like really deeply rich. But yeah, go ahead and talk about your mixes. Like, how do you come up with the stuff you come up with?
I don't know.
Excellent.
I wish I had a lot of times I will go around and sniff the different scents or essential oils or what have you, and I try to figure out what will go well together. And one of the very first scents that we came up with, which was Man Cave. And I knew that I absolutely loved the sweet tobacco. And I started messing around with adding, some, a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of sandalwood. And we just came up with like this perfect blend. And I was like, I don't even want to mess with it. Just leave it. This is like the OG. And then, I don't know, we just come up with like some different ideas. If somebody tells us like, this is something this is a product that I like the scent of, we'll come up with something that's similar to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I was telling Jacob I wanted to order
Man
nothing
Cave.
but, I'm sorry, Santa.
Oh no, you're good. I was just saying I could drink Man Cave. It's so
I love it. It's like I think it's my favorite, honestly.
Sorry, Chief. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was telling Jacob after I ordered before the review, I said, I'm a foodie and I only ordered food scents. He threw in Man Cave, and I think he tricked me a little bit because I enjoyed the food scents because they actually had a food scent to them. But Man Cave stood out really. It shined really well, and it smells amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that oil of yours helps with growth at all?
Yeah, I think it does help with growth. What have you been seeing?
I think so.
What's wrong? Come here. Oh no!
Boy, that stuff works.
All right, boys. Did the oil help with growth? Oh my goodness! All right. You guys are funny.
My beard, now it's gone.
Oh, what happened? Oh, that was great.
Oh, no.
Awesome.
They're going to rewatch this video over and over and over again. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
They, again, it's like, I get, we're all business. A lot of people in here are business owners. We have our own desire to create like really beautiful products that people love. But like, I felt like this extra burden for my family because their names are that's our last name, and I want people to, I want them to be passionate about it. And I want them to love what I'm doing because ultimately it can help them. And obviously we're being silly about how the the oil helps growth like that. But like, for them to be able to want to be included even a little bit has been really awesome, and they're super passionate about it, but in their own way, Then my little guy will go around Costco, and I kid you not, he puts this cowboy hat on, he'll put a jacket on, and he's got in his breast pocket a bunch of business cards. And he will walk around to different guys with beards, and he'll hand them a card.
Bravo.
That's awesome. That's
like,
awesome.
It's fun, And I don't know if it would have been as fun if their last name, my last name, wasn't on it,
Yeah.
So anyway.
That's
What other questions you guys got? Sorry, I kind of hijacked it a little bit. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I kind of dig your butter. It's got a little thicker consistency than I'm used to, and it's got just a little bit of stickiness to it, which kind of helps with the styling of the beard. And the smell is amazing.
But yeah, and the butter's cool because butter makes beards heavy anyway. Like it'll pile on, right? And I found that the butter was a little too slick. Like it didn't build up enough. So I added a little bit of beeswax in it just to give it a little bit more body, but not enough where it wouldn't melt. So, that to me was important. It can't help with growth. I mean, what was the oil? Castor oil by itself, if you are looking to have better hair growth, castor oil by itself can very much help with beard growth. It's a wonderful oil. I mean, it is a fantastic oil, and it's thicker. So if you want something to stay, like if you were having a little bit of patchiness in your beard, it doesn't run as much as avocado oil would. So adding that castor oil changed the viscosity of it enough where it wasn't like super runny, and it had a little bit of tackiness to the oil, but not enough where it became sticky.
Right.
The balm is a light medium. The balm is kind of still sort of a work in progress, but I think I've figured it out. I found another type of beeswax. It's a lighter beeswax. It has a lower melting point. And when I mixed that with the other type of white unscented beeswax, it became really, it didn't have to warm it up as much. I didn't have to like overly zhuzh it in my hands in order to get it through my beard. And it didn't overly weigh my beard down, but it gave me just enough control where it would, thin the beard down, keep it a little bit more under control.
Right.
Yeah.
So you also have beard wash and conditioner, and I believe if I looked on your site, you have a special on that this month too, don't you? Where if you buy the wash, you get the conditioner as well.
That's been on there for a long time actually, but yeah, I'm kind of working on that until it sells out, and then kind of get everybody's opinion as to whether or not they like it, and I'll assess whether or not I want to add it. I like it personally. It's just that because I make the balm and the salve and the deodorant, it's just one other thing I have to add. And it's like, there's so many good washes out there. Right. Kilt Beard Company is coming up. It just come up with one that may be very revolutionary, like maybe a fantastic overall product that people should try. I'm actually excited about buying some. Because it's about kind of rethinking about how we do things. Sure. And their wash is, from the way he was describing it to me, is different than most.
Yep.
And I kind of like that. I like being different than most.
Right.
I haven't found an oil to date that's got as many herbs in the oil as mine has. I found another one that had 4 herbs in it. Right. So yeah, maybe it's overkill. I don't know, but it's nice and it works. Right. And I got ladies that buy Man Cave for themselves to put on their arms.
Yeah,
I see that.
Yeah, that one is definitely good. Any new products on the horizon for you? Anything you're like researching right now or thinking about doing? Anything like that?
So I have a bunch of biotin, and biotin's got a lot of really good applications for skin, like puffiness on the skin, really good for hair growth too. So I'm probably going to come up with something that's a little bit more high end than the salve. That'll be more geared towards, like a woman's face, or, even maybe try to tackle guys that have real bad patchiness on their skin. If they're having a problem with patchy beards, and get a couple test dummies out there that want to try it. And, you don't have patchiness.
I got a horrible beard.
Oh my gosh. But there's a lot of really cool, ingredients out there that I have sitting and waiting to be used. And I want to get those infused, and I want to try to come up with like another layer of a product. Sure. What's the product that people use for bruises a lot? Arnica. I want to do a salve that's got arnica in it as well, because my mom is 75, and she's got thinning of her skin on her arms,
right?
And I really want to maybe also look at the arnica situation, because arnica is really good for bruising, and it's really good for your skin. So I may look into making a product that's kind of geared towards that. I really want to have a product that a lot of different people can use.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think the cool thing about it is that the baseline for these products does not have to go beyond, I have to make 18 different things. I can make a few different things.
Right.
And I can blend those together like that.
Right.
And through the work process, get it to where I can make a balm or a salve or whatever, and it doesn't require a lot of additional thought.
Right. Right.
So the only thing that's really kind of off the beaten track is the balm. The balm only has a few oils in it. It does not have the herbal blend. It's just, that's not its purpose.
Right.
Right. So I didn't want to overkill that.
Right. Any thoughts on possibly a liquid butter, anything like that? Or
well, you see that there's shea butter in the oil itself. Right. So I'm going to say this right this time. So when I was on the Bearded Respect, I kept calling it Nicoletta Shea. That's not what it's called. Don't look that name up on the internet. Don't ask me why I thought it was Nicoletta Shea. It is not Nicoletta Shea. It's Nilotica Shea. There's a big difference between the two. Don't look.
It's kind of backwards, yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry. I messed some names up myself. Ask
Well, don't look it up. Anyway, because I'm like, that's not what it's called. And I looked it up. I'm like, oh no, don't look that. No. Yeah, and I said it like 18 times. It was so funny. But the oil itself has a little bit of that butter in it.
Okay.
What I was thinking of is if I do a liquid butter, that I'm probably going to increase that mix,
bump it up,
and make it about 35 to 40% of that Nilotica Shea. And then I just have to figure out what ratios are going to work with the oil, and that will be a liquid butter. It would never go back to a solid. It would be thicker than a traditional oil. James, no, don't do it. It would never congeal back into a solid. Right. So, but yes, it is in the plans. I think it'll be, I don't know if it's going to be easy to do to get the ratios right. I'll probably have to go buy a couple liquid butters to try to figure it out. And see, what people like and what the consistencies are. But I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing in the next couple of weeks. We have some more scents that we're going to be working on too, and I'm not going to say what those are. But we've gotten some really cool things from a couple of the scent companies that we like. And there's one that I'm really excited about, but we have to figure out the balance. It's going to be fruity, amber, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be rich, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be a really fun scent.
Right.
I see you got a Bearded Death shirt on, and I'm a big fan of Dave or Dan and
Dave.
Dan. And any plans on merch coming for Bain Blends?
I need to coordinate some with him. He's been really awesome and giving me some advice. We're gonna have to try to figure out the best way to do that, whether it be I go to him and have some merch made by him and then, go that direction for me to resell it, or, he just gives me the advice for us to start doing it, because she makes these cups and uses these.
That's an option.
She uses these labels. We already have one machine that could do some shirts. But yes, merch is going to be in the pipeline at some point.
It's in the works.
It's in the works. Yeah. Just got to start developing that logo a little bit more.
Right. So how long has Bain Blends been around? How long have you been out with your oils and product?
September of 2023 is when I formed the company.
Nice.
We were doing this to some degree going back to our first trip to Georgia, which was about a year after COVID. Do it yourself, brother.
Do it yourself.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. But jerk. But it started up in an apothecary in North Georgia, Southern Tennessee, and walls of herbs and lots of questions, and walked away with about $100 worth of a mix of herbs, and then researched for about 2 years before I even started making anything. Right. But it was just like, it's been more like a year, but it was just like, how's this going to work? How do I do this? What's the process of how to do it? Is it going to even be effective? Where do I get more herbs from in the future? Once we came up with something for her, it was just sort of a natural, progression towards, what do I do with this now? Because I had 3 gallons worth of oil. What do I do with 3 gallons worth of oil? She's never going to use 3 gallons worth of oil. So, but yeah, it started coming from there, and then a lot of conversations with the local supermarket that we were going for our supplements and stuff to get us through COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And really finding no normal store beard oil that I liked. I didn't really like how they smelled. I didn't like them on my beard. Nothing from the community, but just standards box store garbage. And I'm like, man, this kind of feels nice in my beard. Like, maybe we add some essential oils to it, and it just sort of started to roll.
Right.
And but believe it or not, the salve was one of the first things.
Mm-hmm.
The oil sort of came right after that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, your logo, the skull guy, where did he come from?
So you see this picture?
Yeah.
That guy, he's an artist based out of Florida. Oh my gosh, what is his name?
Mareshi.
Yeah, Tony Mareshi. Just incredible stuff this guy does. Yeah. So he does mixed style, modern patriot with Revolutionary War stuff. I asked him about 2 years ago to help me come up with something that could represent the company. I told him what I wanted, and he's like, well, how about I do like a late 18th century guy with a bowler hat? I said, yeah, but he's got to have a skull, he's got to have a beard. And he just came up with what he came up with. He gave me a price that I can't even tell you how much of a blessing it was for the price he gave me on it. But yeah, that's sort of been adopted as the as my logo, and I incorporate that with the BB that my lovely wife came up with. And I kind of like how I'm, flowing through that hybridization of both. Yeah, it looks sharp. It looks sharp. Yeah. So, but I saw, all these other guys had all these logos like skulls and beards, and I'm like, there's got to be something that could go with that. Something fell off the wall, and
Ghosts.
So,
I guess it didn't.
But if you were to go back to the 1800s, you would have had all natural stuff in your beard. You would have had oils and herbal stuff you would have gotten from like an herbalist that would have been in your beard if they ever wore anything at all. So I had someone say it was like snake oil. I'm like, yeah, but there's actually science to this stuff. It's not just, pulling stuff out of your butt and putting it on your beard. You're not doing that. Thanks for coming in, True North. I appreciate it, man. It's my pleasure. Gotta thank all these guys too. So, but yeah, it's just been a wonderful, I've had nothing but wonderful blessings from people all the way across the board, and I think the other thing is just, making sure that we're thankful for the gifts that we're being given. I never look a gift horse in the mouth. If someone blesses me with something, I try to make sure that they understand how much I appreciate it. Nice.
Yeah. Steven, that metal guy is a big help to you, wasn't he?
Oh, he's been great. Joey Hookham got me in front of, I think he got me in front of Steven, and I think Steven then got me in front of Dan. And then Dan's been, I think he got me in front of you guys. I think Dan's the guy that got me in front of you guys. I just can't say enough about the community.
Right.
Had a lot of great conversations with Kilt, Raven, just really amazing people. And if I forget somebody, I'm sorry, but but she's really the one that's the brains behind it. She's the one that without her nose, or without her need, this never would have happened. It's because she's broken.
It's because I'm broken. That's my daughter.
You make sure you continue taking care of her, and keep coming up with these awesome scents. You know what I really like, Chief and Dino. It seems like the more I get advanced in the bearded community is I like simplicity a lot more.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, probably one of my and I've got 9 of y'all's oils now, right? The 2 just came in so I've got 9 now, 9 different scents. I don't think I have one foodie scent other than the orange scent, but this mahogany oak, oh my goodness. Yeah. I love mahogany. I just love the dark kind of masculine essence about it, right? Without sounding too weird, but just with that oak, it is absolutely wonderful. And it got some spiciness to it. I love it.
Right. Well, I got to tell you, they were speaking my love language because I'm diabetic and I can't have sweets anymore. And the 2 things I loved growing up, my mom used to make pineapple upside down cake all the time. I had to get this one. And I own an ice cream store. And one of the favorite ice creams that we get is key lime pie. And I'm like, yep, gotta have it. So I'm pretty sure in the week that I'm doing my highlight for you that I'm probably going to want to eat my beard every day. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to enjoy it.
Good news is you won't have to worry about diabetes with the oil.
Right.
Well, guys, we're going to start wrapping it up here in just a few minutes, but it wouldn't be the show unless Dino asked the question. And now we've got the question for 2 of you. So, Dino, please ask.
So, if you could see any entertainer, celebrity, rock star, musician, whatever, alive or dead, who would you see and why?
I don't know. You think? This is a layered question for me.
Sure.
Because I like a lot of rock from the 80s and the 90s. I'm not a big hair metal guy. I've never really liked hair metal. But I'm a metalhead. So there's a band that I've liked for over 20 years that I've on 2 occasions missed. Once because I left the tickets at home, And we missed the show by 40 minutes because I had to turn around and go get the tickets. And the second was because we were fleeing Hurricane Milton last year, and I was supposed to take my son. It's a Christian metal band called Demon Hunter.
Ooh, Demon Hunter. Okay.
And I had missed them twice, and they're one of my favorite bands. And I was supposed to take my son, but they ended up canceling the show. The show was on Monday. Milton hit on Thursday, and we ended up leaving Florida anyway to go to Pennsylvania.
Right.
But yeah, that's my band, and I love bands from all sorts of different flavors and genres. But just because I've missed them twice, and I've listened to them for 20 years, that's the band.
Right.
You know, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm still struggling. Literally, the only thing I could think of right now is currently in my mind, which would be Charity Gale. But that's literally
and she's a praise and worship singer. She's amazing.
Nice.
I'm sure I'm going to think of something in like 30, 45 minutes. I'm going to be like, oh man, I should have said that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'll post it on Facebook and be like, oh, this is what
this is what I meant. Oh no.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Ronnie's a big Demon Hunter fan.
Oh, that's cool. Right on. Yeah, they're incredible. They're incredible band.
I'll have to check them out. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
Their initial few albums are very heavy, but then they've sort of worked into where the lead singer shows that he can actually sing, and not just scream. But their middle album, the Triptych, has just an incredible array of their work. Absolutely remarkable album, the Triptych.
Nice.
Yeah. And another one's called Storm the Gates of Hell.
Would you recommend it for the gym?
Oh yeah, dude.
Really?
Oh yeah. They hit hard.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was funny because when you said Christian thing, I was automatically going Striper. I'm like, oh, I know what he's going to say, Striper. And then you're like, Demon Head. I'm going to have to check out Demon Head.
I never really got into Striper, man.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we got to get off here soon. The Beard of Respect's on tonight, and we all like to jump over there and say hello to those guys and watch their show and pay our respect to the OGs. I'd like to say thank you for your service from one brother to another. Jennifer, man, those cups. Oh, my goodness. Thank your kids. That was hilarious. I loved it. The energy, man, I love it. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you more than you know, coming on here, hanging out, spending a little bit of time with us tonight. And I appreciate both of your time, big time.
Yep.
Yeah, it was our pleasure. We're, again, very grateful for you guys, for the community, for your advice, for, your friendship as you guys become friends. Yeah, and the ability just to have this and spread awareness of, the fact that we need to have some healthier options, but also that, there's people doing really unique and amazing things in the community. Raven, I just got Raven's release. It's his coffee that he's slow. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Does Brewer know about that?
Yeah.
Oh, Brewer should know about that.
Oh.
I'll message him separately. Oh my gosh, it is amazing.
Right.
So yeah, just wonderful community. Thank you guys for facilitating that and providing a platform for all of us. It's really awesome.
Right.
Thanks for letting me here too. So appreciate it.
I'll tag team off of Chief. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Tactical Santa definitely needs to get a tumbler. I will be reaching out to you. I've got some more of your stuff coming. I'm excited to try everything out. And I was going to say, Chief is Navy and you're Marine, and Chief is leading one of my factions called Elf Team 6. And I think, Chief, that we probably need to have Bain Blends.
No. There you go. Right there.
I'm imagining that he's probably a good candidate for Elf Team 6. So Chief will probably be giving you an interview soon.
Yeah.
Right on.
But I'll tell you what, man, thank you for coming on. Thank you, Jennifer, for coming on. The kids were awesome doing what they did. Anything I can do to help you, please reach out. We appreciate you, and I'm glad I can call you a brother. And good luck to everything you do.
Thank you so much.
Very well.
Guys, I just want to say we appreciate you so much. It is so nice having a well-grounded family come on the show and show us how much fun it is to have kids in the house again and how much fun they can be. Guys, you guys were absolutely wonderful. We appreciate you being a part of the show. Jennifer and Jacob, you guys are I appreciate what you've become in the community, and thank you for what you add to the community. Guys, please go check out Bain Blends. You don't want to miss out on this. This month, they have $10 oils. Go grab it. It's not going to last long. Your beard will thank you for it. It absorbs so well. The scents are absolutely fantastic. They got something for everybody. Go check out Jennifer's store on, and I will put that back up here right now, Jennifer's store on Facebook, and enjoy, guys. I mean, what more can you ask for? You got cups, you got beard oil, you got scald, you got beard balm, butter. Guys, go get you some. We want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Guys, I want to thank my two good friends, Chief and Dino, Tactical Santa. Guys, don't miss the Beard of Respect tonight. We appreciate those guys so much, guys. And remember, this world could use a little kindness. So be kind to one another. And as always, keep Christmas in your heart year round. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.